Hello, friends. My name is Chris Koo, and I have the honor of serving as board president. I'd like to extend to all of you a warm welcome on behalf of the St. Louis Children's Choir's Board of Directors. We're so delighted to have you and your children joining the choir's family. In some ways, having a family like the choir's where we can support one another, grow our children to be future leaders is even more important during these past seasons of our pandemic, where gratitude and hope and joy are so much needed. So today, it's my great pleasure to share with you about my experiences serving in the choirs in hopes that your experiences may be as, if not more, fulfilling and joyous. And so just a little bit about our choirs as an organization. Our SLCC is a nonprofit organization governed by a volunteer board of 19 members who provide governance and oversight and help with fundraising. The board typically includes community leaders in business and education, choir parents like yourselves, and alumni who are committed to the mission of the choirs. And that mission being shaping young lives through musical excellence. The organization is run by a terrific administrative and artistic staff, which I hope you'll get to meet in person during our rehearsals and our concerts. Because of their great work, SLCC has had such a sound financial foundation, which we do audit annually. So tuition provides about 50% of our annual budget, and to make up the difference, we do have corporate donations as well as government donations, and we're very much grateful for individual contributors like yourself, because that is how we can assure that all children who would like to sing have an opportunity to do so. So our parents in the choirs are probably wondering, how best can I get involved? Because that's what I was thinking when I served as a parent as well. And so it's a great way to volunteer in the choirs by being a part of the concerts and rehearsals. And so if you are interested in volunteering, please feel free to contact Ben Nordstrom, our development director. He'll be more than happy to connect you to the right people. So at this time, I hopefully can give you a brief story or two that is about my experiences of what the choirs has meant to my family. I am a parent of 4 daughters, and you can see my second daughter, Anne, was shown to the left, second from the left, and that was her tour in Germany. And she had such a great time. My 2 younger daughters are still making their way through their teenage years. As you can imagine, we are all struggling to kind of juggle their countless activities. And as I've realized, there's a big difference in my children learning how to excel in a particular discipline, whether it be academic grades, singing, tennis, cross-country baseball, the list goes on, right? And they're building life skills, those traits that you carry with you all your life, and that not only make you a better person, but make the world a better place for everyone. So if I could summarize all these life skills into one word, that word would be character. My dream is for all my daughters to be women of character, to be examples of the world of how we should treat one another, understanding each other, loving each other, ultimately serving and supporting each other in our shared community. It's not difficult at all for me to share some examples of character that I've seen nurtured firsthand through the choirs. So here are a couple of them. After a choir rehearsal, I was picking up my first daughter, Sarah, and I noticed her eyes were damp with tears. And Sarah said to me something along the lines of, "Dad, I cried for the first time at choir today." My immediate reaction was of concern, as you can imagine. And I responded, "Are you okay? Is something wrong?" Her simple yet profound response to me was, "No, nothing's wrong. The music just touched me so much that I wanted to cry. And it felt really good." Empathy, vulnerability, humility. This is what I saw in Sarah's character. And another story I'd like to share is about a tour that we do for the choirs in many different locations. And this one was in Nashville. The children had the privilege of meeting a choir from China at that time. And what was particularly surprising about this choir from China was that it was made up of children no older than sixth grade, many that were not fluent in English, being much younger than the other participating choirs, and given the advanced repertoire that all choirs were asked to master, the children from China had a very difficult time understanding the music, and stress levels, I'm sure, were certainly high. What happened next, though, touched me greatly. Rather than rest our laurels on our own mastery of the material, the children of SLCC took it upon themselves to personally mentor the Chinese children one-on-one. In the true American spirit of brotherhood and sisterhood, they chose to break through the boundaries of country, nationality, culture, to become something greater than just a singing choir. They became servant leaders, helping those who needed their friendship and their expertise. And together, the choirs sang beautifully. It was in their shared performance that the SLCC children learned what it meant to represent St. Louis, and more, to represent humankind. Testament to the closeness they shared, the children from both choirs wept as they knew they were leaving a newfound family created through international bonds of music, love, and friendship. So compassion, kindness, sacrifice, this is what I saw in their character. So as a parent and a guardian or friend of a child that has signed up this year, you have made quite a decision, one that will nurture your child not only in the world-renowned excellence of vocal performance, but one that will build their life skills and character that they will take with them for the rest of their lives. So on behalf of the St. Louis Children's Choir's Board of Directors, thank you for investing your time in building your children's talents and being advocates for your child's character. If there's anything we can do to make your journey a smooth one, please don't hesitate to ask Mrs. Berner, our staff, or the Board of Directors. And we are very much looking forward to seeing everyone in person with safety precautions in place for our October concert. Thanks so much.
Hello. Thank you for being here, and thank you, Chris, for your wonderful remarks. We're so grateful for your leadership. I'm Barbara Berner, the Artistic Director, and on behalf of the whole staff, I'm happy to welcome our new and returning families to the 44th season of the St. Louis Children's Choirs. This year's theme is Many Stories, One Voice, and we've selected some wonderful repertoire that we're teaching your singers and know you'll enjoy at our upcoming concerts. This brief orientation will cover important information you need to help your children have a successful singing season. We'll go over uniform checks and joint rehearsals, our code of conduct, and other important information. This orientation is being recorded and will be accessible on our website for future reference. I want to make special mention that we have updated our Sing Safely guidelines with guidance from the St. Louis County Department of Health and the CDC. The Sing Safely guidelines are posted on our website in the student portal under resources. Let's begin. The mission of the St. Louis Children's Choirs is shaping young lives through musical excellence. Our vision is a world united by children who love music and each other, and our guiding principles are to love and respect one another, to love and respect the music, and to do our best. Our core values are for character development are to promote discipline, responsibility, leadership, humility, unselfishness, and teamwork. We do this through diversity and inclusiveness, appreciating the value of every individual and the beauty of every voice, through excellence in performing choral music to the highest level of achievement, in harmony and community, that music made together may one day heal mankind, and in practicing integrity, a consistent high standard of honesty and moral conduct. We have a wonderful artistic staff and board, And Adrian Broyles does our children's choir. Belinda Burnworth does our music makers. Whitney Cairns does our chorale, and Dr. McDonald does our young men's chorus. Lauren Romano is our children's choir. Here's our accompanists, our administrative staff, and our board of directors. We're so grateful for all of the people who collectively make this opportunity possible for your children. The expectations for membership in the choir are very clear, and we're going to just go over them briefly. Singing authentic music of diverse cultures and traditions instills the compassion, understanding, and respect for others that helps children to become better citizens. As one choir member put it, the respect, responsibility, focus, and discipline taught and upheld throughout the children's choirs provided a roadmap as to how to navigate high school with my morals, my grades, and my self-esteem intact. High standards of conduct enable the choir members to achieve excellence, to work together harmoniously in a nurturing community atmosphere. Young artists are accountable for their behavior and responsible for meeting the expectations listed here. So we ask them to treat others as they would like to be treated, to be respectful and courteous, to exercise integrity, to speak gently, to be unselfish, humble, appreciative, kind, and cooperative with others, to expand their circle of friends and be inclusive, to be good-natured, flexible, and maintain a positive outlook, to support their fellow choir members and respectfully communicate any concerns with their ensemble director, and to uphold the children's choir's code of conduct. Our artistic expectations are quite simply to strive for excellence. We ask them to support their artistic director, to know their music, to maintain clear eye contact in rehearsals and performances, to be self-disciplined, demonstrate commitment, to learn everything that they can at every rehearsal, to sincerely communicate the composer's message, and to love and value the work that they're doing in choir and communicate that love with our audiences. So we're going to talk briefly for how we communicate with you. The weekly memos are very important to keep you updated on everything going on with the choirs. They're sent out on Fridays, and they cover the next week. We try to send them out by noon on Friday, and if you could review them to make sure that you know what are the things that are going on the following week, with updates, important information, Zoom links if your child isn't feeling well and wishes to participate from home, and reference information that's very helpful for you. There's quick links within the memo that you can see on your screen. If you click on those quick links, they'll take you right to your specific ensemble page on the portal, where you can have access to any notes from your director or to recordings. There's no username required, but your password is sing@SLCC. Please bookmark it, and the cap at the beginning on sing is important. And lastly, we have special texts that go from our student portal, Jackrabbit. If there's going to be a special joint rehearsal, or before concerts, or before you've got one before the first rehearsal, we'll send a text to you whenever there's an important change or information that you need for that night's rehearsal. We're going to briefly look together to the Code of Conduct. I'm not going to read it word for word, but I'm going to highlight some of the important aspects. The students in chorale, choristers, concert choir, and young men's chorus will be signing these codes of conduct in the coming weeks, and we're asking for you to co-sign it as well. They're agreeing to maintain a high standard of behavior and to abstain from all alcohol, tobacco, or illegal drugs, to be courteous and respectful to everyone and use appropriate language, and to understand that the discussion of sex, sexuality, or sexual topics is not allowed. We simply won't allow any sexual harassment or inappropriate displays of affection during choir activities. Dishonesty in speech or conduct is grounds for disciplinary action. I might mention here that throughout the choirs, we are basing all of our relationships on trust. And that's what enables us to take these students on tour where we're responsible for them round the clock, and to have that bond of trust so that we know they will be upholding the appropriate codes of conduct. They agree to respect the personal safety and the property rights of others, as well as making sure they're respecting music copyright laws, and to only post appropriate and respectful choir photos and comments on Facebook, Instagram, or other online sites. Everything that they do in relationship to the choirs should reflect their promise to the code of conduct, and we ask that their abstention from alcohol, tobacco, and illegal drugs is something that they maintain at all times. These are some comments from some of our parents, and it is a testament to how the code of conduct has shaped their children's character. Just a couple comments on the dress code. You can read it right here, but basically we're just asking that students dress modestly, that in whatever they wear to choir, they understand we're in a working environment as a young professional children's choirs, and that when they go on the concert stage, that there shouldn't be anything that would visually be distracting for the audience, that the whole reason we have a concert uniform is so that the audience can concentrate on the beauty of the music. It might be helpful for you to know that we do ask that when they're in performances, there not be any jewelry, and also that whatever hair color they have at performances is a color that would be normal to humankind and age appropriate. For on-site rehearsals and special bookings, for off-site rehearsals and special bookings, you may be given specific instructions of polo shirts or other appropriate attire that they would wear when we go to rehearsals. And at all times in concerts and in important dress rehearsals, we ask that their hair be off their face because we love to see both eyes, and those eyes are their communication with their director. The rules and responsibilities of young artists have been handed out or will be handed out in the coming week, but briefly we ask them to be prompt, to arrive 10 minutes before rehearsal begins, to always remember their music, to be responsible, and to make sure that their cell phones are turned off throughout the rehearsals. Great artists take naps. This is one of our favorite sayings when we're on tour, but we also ask that before major concerts, please make sure that your students are rested, that they're not up late the night before or don't attend any pajama parties right before they're performing, and that they have a good, healthy snack or meal before they come to sing in a concert. We want them to be at their very best when they're on stage. We'd like to give you a brief family and friends concert update. On October 9th and 10th, we'll be holding in-person concerts at the beautiful Purser Center at Logan University. The concerts have been scheduled to allow for socially distanced seatings, and we've divided the Sunday concerts into a 2 p.m. and a 4 p.m. event to allow plenty of room for our guests in the audience to sit with every other row free. So you'll be getting more information. It will be in the weekly memo. The 2 p.m. concert will be for music makers and Children's Choir 1A, the 4 p.m. concert for concert choir and the Young Men's Ensemble. And families with students in multiple ensembles will only need to purchase one set of tickets that will admit them into all of the concerts. Students will be in concert uniforms. We're going to fit robes next week. There will be uniform checks next week for chorale So we can just make sure for the young women that their skirts are the correct length and that the young men have the appropriate uniform pants. And the following week, we'll be checking uniforms for music makers and children's choirs. Please see the weekly memo for any special announcements about joint rehearsals before the upcoming concert. We'd like to express gratitude for your very thoughtful support of the St. Louis Children's Choirs and for entrusting your children to our care. Our work is so important, and here's some of our goals. We feel that education in the arts challenges us all to look beyond the superficial and materialistic and to dig deeper, to discover the truth and beauty of our own unique individuality and the unique individuality of others. These young singers learn that genuine artistry has nothing to do with age and everything to do with character. It's been our experience that young people thrive and excel artistically through the practice of self-discipline, integrity, humility, unselfishness, commitment, and teamwork. The lessons of self-government and respect that we teach our young artists enable them to be good citizens and prepare them to be confident leaders for tomorrow. We value and love every one of our students. Their happiness is important to us. When children are faced with life's challenges, the Choirs is here to provide a safe place where they know they belong. Thank you again for entrusting your children to us, and we look forward to a wonderful season.